We pulled into Idaho in our camper van, and we are in Twin Falls, Idaho, and we are at the Perrine Bridge, right at the Snake River, where Evel Knievel did his jump. So we're gonna explore this area. Okay, so there are actually several ways to view the Snake River. So from the bridge, you can stop. There's parking places in all four corners of the bridge on each side, and some of them are connected underneath the bridge as well. I'll show you as we walk over to one of the other sides now. Over to the visitor center where you can hop on the Canyon Rim Trail, and we're going to walk down a little ways. You can actually go either direction, but we're going to walk down a little bit. You can actually spot exactly where Evel Knievel did his jump from, and you've got a lot of different stopping points along the way as well. So we'll see what we see as we go. So we're walking along the path here. We can actually see in the distance the ramp from the Evel Knievel jump down there. It's on the same side that we're hiking on. It's a long way down there. It doesn't look as bad when you're in a car on a bridge moving fast, but when you walk out here, you can actually walk right to the edge. Now, the path itself is actually paved. You can see here on my right, over my right hand shoulder. If you get off the path, then you're over here kind of where this dirt is, but you can it's easily accessible, handicap or strollers. It's a nice place for a nice walk. So anyone who knows me knows I'm a big baby when it comes to heights. So I chose not to, but if you wanted to, you can actually walk over the bridge from one side to the other instead of walking. Instead of driving across, you could walk across and then walk back. But as I mentioned earlier, not really something I was interested in. Alright, so we hiked about, I don't know, halfway through or so on this side, and we're actually going to drive over to the falls, and then we'll hike part of it up this way as well, just to get a different view. Alright guys, we made it out to Shoshone Falls. It is behind me. You can probably hear it. This is known as the Niagara Falls of the West Coast.
So we're at the Minidoka National Historic Site, which is near Jerome, Idaho, near Twin Falls, and this is the site where 13,000 Japanese Americans were rounded up in 1942 and lived here for 3 years. Over my shoulder you can see a recreation of the guard tower that stood on this site. So we're gonna go take a look around and see what's left here for us to explore.
We're at the visitor center, the brand new visitor center over here where they've relocated some of the buildings. So we're going to take a look at that. It's actually closed to go inside, but you can actually, from the building on my back side here, you can actually see the ball fields right behind me and the buildings over in the corner. So we're going to go take a look inside of those. So it's so interesting looking at the map of the property. They had, like I mentioned, they had a baseball field, they had churches, schools, gas stations, all kinds of stuff here at this internment camp, which you wouldn't really think they'd provide all these types of things, but this is really such an interesting place to visit. If you can make it out here, I would definitely stop by and catch up on this little piece of history.
This is what it would have looked like to stand on one of the mini baseball fields at the internment camp. I'm standing at about where shortstop is. You can see over my shoulder the backstop and home plate, and they played baseball, softball. They had leagues here, and baseball was known as the glue that held the community together and kept morale high for the time they were incarcerated here.
So after looking at everything here, it's really almost like they built their own city within the camp. They let them have, you know, everything from barber shops to semi-pro baseball leagues. Like I said before, the kids went to school. So they really had pretty much everything available to them other than the freedom of leaving the camp itself. But it's remarkable what they came up with when they gave them the freedom within the camp to continue to live their lives. Really remarkable to see what strong will and ingenuity will get you. They just were so strong and hardworking. It was amazing to walk around and see all the different things that they started and that helped them to persevere during their time here at the internment camps.